Good morning and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care, Advanced Audiology, and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Jean Dorio.
On your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our guests this morning, our first one is Kevin McDonald, the Executive Director of the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center. And later in the hour, we will be speaking with Miles McNamara of Comfort Keepers in Home Care, one of our sponsors. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Good morning. Good morning,
yes.
Kevin. Welcome aboard.
Yes. So how are you, and how's this wonderful senior center?
The senior center's doing fine. We miss our seniors. We miss every one of them out there. And we want to give a shout out to those people who are at home, and we're thinking of them and hoping for a bright future for all of them.
Yeah. Well, now, when are they going to be allowed to come back?
You know, that's the number one question we get, Barbara, and we just don't know yet. We are not in any phase or stage or anything else. We're just taking it one day at a time. It will be quite a while, though, before the senior center reopens for normal activities.
So who makes that determination, Kevin?
Well, the senior center does. We're a private nonprofit, but we're consulting with the city and the county as things progress forward. But it'll still take a while. We have a planning team put together, and we're working on a master plan for the transitioning the senior to opening again in the future. So lots of thoughts, lots of concern going into that plan. We're making adjustments in the current senior center already. Touchless, where you wash your hands and different things like that. So we're making some adjustments as we speak. But
yeah, putting the tables 6 feet apart and having 4 people at each table.
Yeah, different things like that. But it's still off into the future quite a bit. And our focus right now is serving seniors in every single way we can, except in a group gathering. And we're expanding ourselves. We're testing our creativity. We're looking for new thoughts and ideas as we go forward, seeing how do we reach out to every senior that's at home.
And of course, there has to be some apprehension on the part of our older adults who know that the coronavirus is still out there, and that we will have trouble getting those statistical numbers down. And even now, we know that some of the regulations and rules that have been utilized now by restaurants and stores and things like that, some of these facilities are not doing a good enough job. So, I say let's get it perfected so that when our seniors do venture out, they'll be safe and they won't be contracting this virus. And I think that's exactly what the senior center is trying to do. Wait till we're sure that everything is okay.
Yeah, we're not in a rush. At the same time, we are in a rush to reach those that are isolated and in a rush to make sure we're servicing everybody we can. So that is our number one focus right now instead of the gatherings. So we'll let people know at that point in time, but we're months, possibly many months away from reopening the center as we used to know it.
We're in a technology age where we have now we can utilize virtual activity. And we hope that our seniors are able to use the information and the activities that the senior center might be starting to provide as well. So if you can, Kevin, clarify and elucidate on some of these virtual activities that we might be starting over there.
Yes, we're having a lot of fun with it. It's just in infancy. We've been getting it going for a couple of weeks now. We should have it really going in July, which is not that far away. We have one thing that Robin Clow is leading for us. It's called Table Talk, and those that used to sit at a table together, they'll get around via Zoom. So we're teaching people that technology, and they can have the regular lunchtime just via Zoom. So they can see each other, they can chat and talk, and have a little Zoom lunch meeting, just like they did at the Bella Vita Grand Hall. So that's one avenue we're doing.
And that's wonderful.
And, we have people just seeing each other.
I'm involved in a couple of Zoom meetings. I have about 4 a week, and they are so much fun. I've just really figured out how to do it.
Yeah, and we really do have to reach out to the seniors. I talked to somebody this morning. She says, well, my daughter works for UCLA. I said, well, let's get her to teach you how to use a Zoom, and then you can join a whole nother family. So, Barbara, you're on 4. I'm just trying to get somebody on 1. So we really do need to teach people. Zoom is free. We're not promoting it, but it is a major avenue out there for getting people together to see each other and talk, and simple to use once they get used to it. So that's the start of it for us. We also started our classes up again. So I took chair Pilates one day.
Cool.
Through our website, you can get the Zoom link, and these are free right now. And we did chair Pilates with our regular instructor, and she Zoomed from home. And we had about 15 people on the call, and they were all doing their natural Pilates. It was just great. So we have
that is cool.
Yeah, and it's they're getting a kick out of it, and we're just getting the word out. We think these classes will really explode in time. But Pilates, we have yoga coming on. Zumba Gold started this week again for us, and we have some simple things like creative writing has restarted, and every Friday I'll be doing a coffee and conversations with Kevin, kind of a fun time to chat about senior center stuff, and people can Zoom in and talk to each other of any topic they want. So this will continue to grow. We're also bringing on the Ask a Nurse program in conjunction with Henry Mayo Hospital. So that's coming on soon. And then some of our wellness lectures are also coming on in July. So lots of growth in terms of Zooming in and connecting with seniors, and also continuing their education that they had at the senior center.
Wow, that's incredible. And those things take time. They really do, especially when you have so many people involved, to get them involved and understand how to do it, when to do it.
Yes, and it just takes a little bit of patience. But once you get one success, you can share it with your friends. And Blythe Birchall leads our program at the senior center doing that. So she was the master of the daily activities. Now she's become the master of the virtual activities. So it's kind of fun to watch us grow with this.
Well, every one of you grows.
Yes, we learn every day of how we can touch people's lives.
Absolutely. I've learned that with my computer. My son-in-law was down the other day, and he got me all set up with Zoom, and I'm thinking, whoa, because I had to buy a new computer. Mine just zeroed out on me, and now I'm getting used to a new computer, which is quite a challenge.
Well,
but you're learning.
You're learning, and you have a computer, but you can also do it from your phone. I've Zoomed from my car with my phone. I think that's illegal. Wow. But anyway, I did that. But sometimes it all takes is a phone if you don't have a laptop or a regular computer. So one thing at a time, but you can do it in different ways.
And it's so important for people to remember that technology is out there, but some people don't have access to it, or just have a barrier to trying to learn it. And like Barbara is saying, she's able to get in. She got a new computer. She got help. And for those who are listening, caregivers and neighbors who might see their older adults around them being isolated, help them out. See if you can give them advice from a distance, and bring into their a new adventure into their life by teaching them and helping them. Because there are a lot of seniors that I think are becoming isolated because of the continued rules that are out there, and we have to make sure we can fold them into the 21st century.
You got it. And, if you call the senior center, we have our own version of the Geek Squad at the senior center. So they can call into the senior center, and we can walk them through the process. And that's important. It's free, and we can be patient with you and take your time before you go on your first call. So
that's fantastic. That's really a valuable service.
So, and you don't have to take it, Barbara. You've already done 4, so you're good.
But it is, and being an older person, I didn't say old, I said older, it takes a little while for the brain to kick in.
And we're also using it for our support groups now. So it's important for this different support groups to continue. This is a stressful time for our staff, for everybody in the community, and for at least the seniors. We have our therapists on our staff. We have counselors at the ready to talk to by phone, but we're also doing some support groups via Zoom too. So we're here for you because this will continue for quite a long time, and we need to keep out. It's not a 3-month thing anymore. So our services are available, our counselors. I talked to some seniors today. I said, just call one of the counselors and vent with them and chat with them and get it off your chest. That's an important thing, and that's why we're here, and that's why we keep the phone lines open at the Senior Center just for those type of phone calls. You don't even have to give your name. Just say, this is how I'm feeling, and we'll be there to try to help you out.
259-9444. That's 259-9444. If you need to talk with somebody, like Kevin says, you don't have to give your name, but we know a lot of people are suffering to a certain degree, and it is stressful times. And we are there for you at the Senior Center in the city of Santa Clarita, the county of Los Angeles. We are there for you to assure that you will be okay. So do not think for 1 second that you are alone.
You got it.
See, technology is working now. I can hear it in the background.
I know. I'm going to have them call me back. Call me back. I'm on the radio show.
There you go. Hey, can I share with you a little bit about our drive-thru? What's going on with the drive-thru?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we started this March 16th, the drive-thru, and we were the first ones out the door with it. And there was about 100 people coming through. We're averaging about 450 a day coming through this drive-thru.
Wow.
And it's
What?
Yeah, it's at Bella Vita. It's at the Senior Center, Monday through Friday, 11 to 1. If you're 60 and over, you can get a lunch. You have to be registered, but we can register you on site. We'll pull you over in your car. But it's one of the safest drive-thrus out there. We've had lots of people in the city help out with it. But it's evolved. I mean, this is an event. When you come between 11 and 1, you have Tuneful Tuesdays with Joe, who's an incredible pianist, and he's playing in the parking lot with the grand piano that we roll out on Tuesdays.
Oh, wow.
And he's jamming away. He brought a guitarist with him last week. We got John Swinford, who's our maestro, and he plays on Fridays. So he's out there jamming. He'll be doing our some July 4th gig with us too. Today is Flower Day, so I have my flower shirt on. Don't ask me why, but every Wednesday, Robin Cloud does a different theme, so it's decorated in this drive-thru. I mean, it's a drive-thru unlike any other. We have a good time with it. We've done memorial services with it. We've done lots of things in this drive-thru, but you get a fresh, wonderful meal. I've had the meals; they're just incredible. And people are just so grateful as they're coming through the drive-thru. So you sing, you can dance, you got to stay in your car, but you'll have a wonderful experience. And then Jackie Hartman has her whole team out there, and she's an incredible volunteer for us. And they are dancing the whole time. A fellow named Marcella, one of our staff's husband, comes out, and he's dancing with them. And it's a fun drive-thru, and you're really not waiting that long. So lots of events in a very quick time. And I can tell you, though, anyone who's gone through it, gratitude.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that people know it's available to the community, and we're not slowing down with it, and we're not stopping it. It's going to continue. That drive-thru is going to continue for a very, very long time. So if you know of anybody 60 and over, they need a meal, they want to hop in their car and come on down. We keep our 6-foot distance. You have to bring your mask, but you'll get a great meal. And if you have a dog, you get a dog biscuit too. But the dog must be present in the car. We don't give them away.
That is wonderful. Well, have you've got it all over the social media, I'm sure, about what you're doing?
Yeah, we're trying to get the word out even more and more, but there's no limit to what we can do. We're very proud of our staff and our volunteers, for our kitchen team and our counseling team, that they're just help make this whole thing happen every day. And
I know one of my good friends works in your kitchen early in the morning, Darlene Lyons.
Yes, Darlene's just wonderful. So
I know she is. She's been a great friend of mine for years.
Wonderful.
She and her husband.
We couldn't do it without those volunteers.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
So that's out the front of Bella Vita is being covered with the drive-thru. The back of Bella Vita, we got 17 cars going out every single day delivering meals. So we're just not slowing down. And those volunteers, we have 70 different volunteers driving those cars in the middle of a pandemic to drop off meals every single day, and it's a fresh meal. Fresh meal for all those seniors. For the Santa Clarita Valley, it's just a gift, and we're grateful to our county partners and to our city for backing us up on this as we try to do this.
You know something, I think that one day when this has all gone away, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, we'll all look back and say, wasn't it wonderful to have the drive-thru? Wasn't it wonderful to have the virtual activity and the classes? And we will look back at this and say how unique it was for everybody to bring out their creativity to make something work when we had a stressful, difficult time to overcome.
That's true. That's true. And
that will be a different memory.
Kevin, I'm so happy that you were able to join us this morning. And don't stay away this long anymore, okay?
You got it. I'm with you, Barbara.
Okay, that's terrific. Thanks again, Kevin.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
Lots of people can build websites, but there's one Santa Clarita company that specializes in designing websites for your business. Small Dog Creative. The Small Dog Creative team is made up of local designers who are hands-on. Their talented team of experts build premium websites and redefine branding. Small Dog Creative doesn't just build websites. They'll upgrade your business's online presence and turn your business into a powerful online brand. Small Dog Creative. Santa Clarita's most innovative web and design company. SmallDogCreative.com.
Today for lunch, why not try The Sandwich Shop, located on Avenue Stamford, right off Rye Canyon. The Sandwich Shop offers dozens of hot or cold, affordable, premium deli sandwiches. Gourmet soups and salads are also available. Regulars indulge in the cheesy focaccia rolls, which is a customer favorite. Then top it off with owner Charlie Chung's chunky chocolate chip cookies. Breakfast and catering is also available. The Sandwich Shop, since 1983, located on Avenue Stamford, right off Rye Canyon. ValenciaSandwichShop.com to place your order.
You worry because your mom and dad aren't as active and are finding it more challenging to live on their own. The answer? Premier Assisted Living Community, Oakmont of Santa Clarita, now leasing. Located on Newhall Ranch Road, Oakmont of Santa Clarita, bringing comfort and luxury to assisted living. Your parents can enjoy 5-star amenities and panoramic views in a world-class community. No other assisted living community has this kind of luxury and amenities in our valley. Visit oakmontofsantaclarita.com.
Great news! Men Cryotherapy is reopening. As always, they continue to clean and sanitize all equipment. Social distancing will be enforced and hand sanitizer will be provided throughout the facility. Temperature checks will be done daily on each employee, and masks will be provided if forgotten. They have amazing welcome back specials, including the $99 performance package, which includes a cryo session, pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, which boosts recovery of damaged cells, the aromatherapy oxygen bar, Newcom, and infrared sauna. There's also a beauty package with a cryofacial, infrared sauna, and more. And don't forget their extensive selection of health and wellness products, including CBD. Men Cryotherapy is open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. For more information, go to MEND, M-E-N-D, cryotherapy.com. MEND Cryotherapy on Newhall Ranch Road in the Gateway Shopping Center.
Santa Clarita Valley residents now have greater access to the excellent physicians and high-quality medical services for which Providence Holy Cross is known. Providence Holy Cross Health Center in Santa Clarita features state-of-the-art cancer and imaging technologies, as well as board-certified physicians in a variety of medical specialties. Quality and compassion from a healthcare provider you can depend on. For more information, call 1-888-HEALING or visit us at providence.org.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
Mission Valley Bank is a commercial bank in the Santa Clarita Valley that really puts the community into community banking.
At Mission Valley Bank, we strive to be a trusted advisor to our clients, and that means being an integral part of the communities we serve. We started the Give Where You Live program to help bring awareness to our nonprofit partners. We're more than just a local business bank. In fact, we're a full-service, independent commercial bank that is locally owned, community-minded, and relationship-driven. I'm Tamara Gurney, President and CEO of Mission Valley Bank. And I invite you to experience the Mission Valley Bank difference, where your success is our mission. We want to be your most valued bank.
Mission Valley Bank has been named Most Trusted Advisor Business Banker by the San Fernando Valley Business Journal 5 years in a row and received the Business Leadership Award by the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce, Valley Industry Association, and SCV Economic Development Corporation. Visit them at their Center Point branch location or at missionvalleybank.com. Member FDIC.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And now we're speaking with the one and only Miles McNamara of Comfort Keepers in Home Care. He's one of our sponsors. Good morning, Miles.
Good morning,
up,
Miles.
Sports fans? Hello.
Yeah, there's no sports. There might not be a baseball season.
I know. Good to talk to you guys. Someday we'll say
good to talk with you. Yeah.
One of these days we'll be back to seeing each other.
That's
yes,
right.
indeed.
So how are you doing, Miles? How are you take care of seniors at home, and you're in a house call industry that allows seniors to age in place. But how difficult has that been in trying to assure that seniors do not fall through the cracks and also don't get this virus?
Right, and it seems like the rules are always changing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I mentioned last month that we talked about it a little bit, is that, we have a lot of just specific precautions that we take on a typical flu and cold season as far as bringing germs into our seniors' homes. So obviously we're doing that, quadrupled at this point with, we keep in close contact with our caregivers and, contact tracing and making sure that what we can do is actually reduce the traffic into our seniors' homes. A lot of the adult kids have opted to do just that rather than, a lot of traffic coming in and out. And what our Comfort Keepers can do, actually kind of tag teaming onto what Kevin from the Senior Center was talking about in the first half. I was eavesdropping. But, just some of the stuff, a lot of it's technology driven that our Comfort Keepers can even help with. But, you guys were talking about Zoom, which has been a godsend as far as, you can see your loved ones' faces still. But there are a lot of resources out there that our seniors can utilize as they shelter in place, because obviously they've been identified as the most vulnerable and susceptible to this virus. So a lot of things are available that are technology-based, or, they need to have access to the internet, and if they don't, we can even help them, solve that problem, getting them, hooked up to Wi-Fi or internet into their home. But a lot of things that, all of our caregivers have their own electronic devices too that we could, order things. But, anything from, seniors that are available, they can get their medications delivered. They can, have their groceries delivered. They can have, meals. There's a lot of home delivery meal kits going on out there. Toiletries, online banking, which comes with its own set of precautions. Even pet care you can get done. A lot of stuff over the internet, and pet walking and Petco and PetSmart, they all deliver things. So it's really important that we focus on keeping our seniors not only not isolated and lonely, but the amazing things that are available out there as far as resources that we can make sure they're in touch with.
Yeah, the survival is not easy at this point. And additionally, there's an emotional component to this, especially for those who are living alone. If you have a spouse or a friendly friend next door, that helps a lot. But a lot of the seniors that I see on house calls are by themselves. And that has made it much more difficult emotionally in this time, because, it adds to the stress of how they're now having to live. And, to have Comfort Keepers be able to come in and help out, and recognition of that by neighbors or loved ones is so important, that is seen and brought to the attention of that individual especially, so they know, hey, if I need help, I can count on Comfort Keepers to be there.
Right, and we always primarily focus on physical needs. Some of the things I just talked about, groceries, medications, even pet care. But a lot of things one thing that's overlooked a lot is mental needs as well, and mental health, because as you just sort of briefly touched on, isolation, loneliness, depression, we really stress the companionship aspect of our seniors in the home. So obviously the physical needs, the food, maybe personal care needs, but that isolation that can be just deadly if not focused on as well. And so our mental health is just as important as our physical health. So it's got to be a well-rounded care plan, if you will, or care attention given. And so a lot of our seniors, even what you mentioned, if someone gets sloppy and they do have a neighbor that pops in, well, how careful is that neighbor being? Are they contact tracing? Are they letting people into their home without paying much attention, and they go next door and see grandma? And again, I talked about earlier, the rules seem to always change. Now we're hearing that asymptomatic carriers can't spread the virus, but 2 months ago they could. Next week they can again. So you never, it's hard to, they keep moving the goalposts on us.
Yeah, CDC retracted the last part. They do feel that asymptomatic carriers can, it was the World Health Organization actually who alluded to that about a week ago. But the next day she retracted what she said. So yes, you could be like you said, you could come into contact with someone and bring that, they're asymptomatic, and bring that into a senior household that could get them sick.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have to be careful, and I think we do the best we can doing house calls on seniors to not just glove up and put a mask on, but to wear the garb, to clean off beforehand. So often we are being ultra careful now, and the cold and flu season changes that we used to do were obvious, but now it's more accentuated because we now know this is something that we are not used to. So we have to be ultra cautious in making sure that we're not spreading it. And indeed, I think a lot of the nurses that I've talked with who are going into homes as well as myself, we wipe off all our instruments, our thermometers, our pulse oximeters, our blood pressure cuff. We spray ourselves down. We do everything, Miles, as you do, right, to assure that we're not passing virus forward to any of the people that we are serving.
And one thing, I know I touched on it last time we talked, but I want to just kind of readdress it because I feel it's so important. Because I think it should be standard operating procedure now. If you don't have a bottle of Perel or hand sanitizer in your car, you should get it. But as you said, washing up and gloving up before you go in. I just want to revisit the fact that sometimes those gloves, and you may remember we talked about this last time, gloves can give a false sense of security sometimes. I mean, folks think they can sanitize up, put on that glove, and now they walk into the house, and what do they have to do to get into the house? They touch that doorknob. Now those gloves are possibly contaminated. They are not, they're not Teflon. They're not the kryptonite to this virus. So a lot of folks think they can throw on that set of gloves, and they don't stop to think that bacteria, anything you touch, will stick to those gloves just as much as it would your bare skin.
Yep.
So I don't want folks to think that those gloves are end all to keep the protection of the virus. So even if you are gloved up, you should wash those gloved hands as often as you would your bare hands as well if you're touching different things.
Isn't it interesting, though, that like Orange County is not as strict with the mask as you've heard in the media, and the seniors up here that I've talked with, they are afraid to go to Orange County. They don't want to be amongst those who might give them the virus because they're not wearing a mask. And we've heard of confrontations of individuals who are not wearing a mask being told they need to wear a mask, and an argument ensues. So our seniors are wise to this now, and gloves, masks, gowns, all the PPEs, and the hand sanitizers, we're learning. And I think by learning, Miles, we give better care to our clients and the people that we're taking care of.
And it's almost inconceivable to me that, it's such an easy thing to do if you're amongst folks, especially our seniors. It's just so darn selfish not to just put on a mask. Oh, it might inconvenience you. Well, excuse the blank out of me. If you can't do a little bit of precaution to save your loved ones, and especially your elderly loved ones, it's just beyond comprehension to me. I noticed it's 6 feet. Now they're saying possibly 8, but 6 to 8 feet distancing, or a mask, or but why not do both if you're amongst, you're seeing your loved ones, or if you're out in public, just to be safe. I mean, my goodness, it really? Come on.
Yeah. No, but the best part about it is our seniors are getting more and more computerized. Even those, Miles, remember, who were resistant, and now they're talking more about it and finding more information on the internet. So this has been helpful to all of us to help keep the spread down here in Santa Clarita. Understand that we have people who are have this virus, but I just don't see it being as rampant as it is in other areas of LA County and California. So I think we're doing a good job here, even with our businesses and with the hospital and with the organizations that care for older adults in their homes. I think we have kind of figured out what we need to do and made sure that we've kept many of our seniors out of harm's way.
And I think if there is a silver lining to what this has done, I mean, change is hard, and sometimes we're a little frightened of things we don't know. But I think this has really introduced our seniors who were scared of the internet, that how useful it is and how really actually easy to use. And I think after this is all behind us, I think the aspects of the technology that they've become accustomed to now, and remove that that scared of the unknown kind of ingredient, I think they're going to really utilize the internet to increase the value of their lives tenfold.
And I think you're absolutely right, Miles, that they will be utilizing it. But, we still want our listeners, especially our senior listeners, to know that it is a stressful time. And because it is, there are places you can seek help. And for Comfort Keepers, I know that their caregivers are trained to make sure that the emotional side of seniors, when it's expressed, that they're seeking emotional help, we're going to be able to refer them to appropriate individuals who can take care of them and keep them out of the darkness.
Right.
There's something else that people seem to forget. A simple telephone call means so much to seniors who are shut in.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
To pick up the phone and call someone that who lives next to you or 2 doors down or whatever, and they are alone, a phone call does wonders. It really does. I'm so thankful. My neighbor across the street calls me on a daily basis. You okay, Barb? Do you need anything? And
that's great.
It really is. It's wonderful. And my kids call me every day to check to see how you're doing. She says, my daughter says, Mom, I know you're not old, but you are older. She said, I just want to check to make sure you're doing okay,
Well, and that aspect of
really
it is so important. Yeah, because we talked about this last time as well. I feel like I'm being redundant sometimes, but, we always talk about, Comfort Keepers, and I include the in-home care, because if you just say Comfort Keepers, you sometimes, if you haven't heard of us, you might think we make mattresses or something. But what we've done, because we all know when you try to brand your company so people know what it is you do and utilize your services, we used to have our tagline as comforting solutions for in-home care, which is fine. But because we've come come to the acknowledgement of a well-rounded care plan and the emotional support. So we've changed it to elevating the human spirit, because when a senior feels cared for, when they feel included, when they feel that they can be involved, and your mental emotional aspect is just as important as your physical aspect. You elevate that human spirit, and again, I want to stress, we cannot overlook the mental health aspect of people's health.
That's true. It's critical, absolutely critical. And at this point, I think we need to take a break. So we'll be back in a few minutes to talk with Miles McNamara of Comfort Keepers in Home Care. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
Your building sign is essential to getting customers to your location. Feathers can help you get your business noticed. Feathers, now in a new, larger space with plenty of parking. They walk you through each phase of your project with special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will provide you with a sign that you can be proud of. Your sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Visit Feathers online at feathersigns.com or go to Feathers' brand new, bigger location at 26017 Huntington Drive off Rye Canyon, or call 298-9442.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
Hi, I'm Eric Goldhurst, Head of Operations for Burger King North America. Throughout this time, we've taken steps to take care of our guests.
And since we know many of your jobs have been affected by this crisis,
we want to help make sure you're taken care of too.
If you are looking for work, we are hiring.
And there's a spot on our team for you.
We know that we'll get through this together, as long as we keep taking care of each other.
For more information, call 253-3283. That's 253-3283.
We all know sometimes people lose their way. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, the Way Out Recovery SCV may have the answers you've been waiting for. The Way Out is the premier intensive outpatient treatment center serving Santa Clarita. Asking for help is the first step. Call The Way Out today, 661-296-4444. That's 296-4444 for a private free assessment. The Way Out is an accredited, affordable outpatient program that accepts most insurance. Call us at 661-296-4444 or check us out online at thewayoutrrecoveryscv.com. Quit battling with yourself. Ask The Way Out for help today.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Dr. Jean Dorio with my co-host Barbara Cochran on your hometown station, 1220 AM and 98.1 FM, KHTS. We're talking with Miles McNamara from Comfort Keepers in Home Care. And, you're that elevating the human spirit. It's such an important idea and concept, Miles. How do you fold that into the work that you do for our seniors at home?
Well, it's obviously part of that first conversation that we have, with what are the primary needs of our seniors. And as we talked about before the break, a lot of times folks overlook the emotional aspect and isolation and depression and such. Even so, real quick, I think we should have a conversation about the conversation we as adult children or loved ones might have with our seniors. When home care might be a good choice for them, because I think there's some misconceptions and myths about that, how they lose their independence versus how they actually have it enhanced. But we as a system, for folks who don't know, I own the Comfort Keepers office here in Santa Clarita and in Encino, but Comfort Keepers is a national, actually international franchise. We have, mostly in the United States, but we have Comfort Keepers across the world. That we've actually selected a week from today is June 24th is what we've designated with the Comfort Keepers system, kind of tying into that elevating the human spirit, the National Day of Joy, which we celebrate the joy that we bring to our seniors and the everyday, joy that can be brought to a senior with whatever help they may need, be it physical, emotional, whatever. We're a little restricted this year. I mean, usually we have, events and, gatherings and celebratory kind of, but this year we're just sending out correspondence and, because obviously, we can't bring, large groups of people together. But we're just really proud as an organization to celebrate the joy that we can bring to seniors that allow them to stay in their own home and, and be their own boss still. And I mean, even though some of our clients that we help in the home are challenged with dementia and some cognitive issues, but more often than not, it's just some physical helping hands that they need that allow them to stay in their own home. And so they're still the boss. They self-direct. We're just that helping hand that allows them to stay in their home. Now, some seniors choose an assisted living facility. Rarely will they ever choose a skilled nursing facility, but some want that, assisted living environment. But, a lot want to stay in their own home where they've been for the last, few decades, where their memories are, where they want to stay. So a lot of times if you think that it might be time for someone to have that helping hand, an aging loved one, is how do you have that conversation? How do you start that conversation so that they don't feel that you're trying to usurp their individuality, their independence? And like I said earlier, the myth with home care is that, we're nurses and people give us the hand a lot. Oh, well, I don't need you, but because we're not nurses. We're non-medical personal assistants that, we call ourselves a concierge service sometimes because we're there to assist our seniors in any way necessary to maintain their independence in their own home. So obviously timing is everything when you want to sit down and have that conversation with your aging loved ones about what would home care possibly look like for them. Because we can be there as little as 4 hours a day or 24/7, whatever the need is.
But Miles, they are also there to be friends, to be sitting down and talking and chatting. And I know that when I had to have care for Russ, when I was gone, she would sit and chat with him and keep him company, and that's what it's all about, really.
Right.
Not only just taking care of them, care quote unquote, but also caring for them with emotional support too. Not just
great tie-in. Great tie-in. Yeah. That's why on our brochure, one of the first bullet points you see is companionship.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I could not agree more.
But I think if our seniors, would look at us as a concierge service, a valet service, a personal assistant, it takes away that fear of thinking that we're nurses, which we're not, and it makes them feel that they've lost some of their independence and their ability. And we grow up hiring assistants and personal assistants and concierge services, throughout our entire spectrum. So, it's a matter of enhancing their independence at the house, and they get to stay there. That friendship, that bond. A lot of our clients, that visit from a Comfort Keeper is the highlight of their day because they become friends. Our Comfort Keepers, our caregivers say it's like having, multiple sets of grandparents if they have more than one client, So, and it's true. It's like our caregivers become bonded with our senior clients, and sometimes I don't even like to use the word caregiver because then it infers a helplessness. It infers confers that nurse status that we just talked about. So that's why, we call ourselves personal assistants.
And going back to that conversation once again, I have never had a patient say to me, I want to go to a nursing home. I've never had that happen in the 30-something years I've been here in Santa Clarita. But aging in place is so important for all of our seniors, and we realize that. But that conversation really does have to take place at some point to assure them there are other options, because nowadays you go to a nursing home and the COVID virus might be there. And so you could be going into harm's way. So to find out all your options in terms of aging in place is mandatory. So Miles, how do they get a hold of you if they need to want to have the help with this discussion?
Well, we're right down here on Lyons Avenue next to the famous Doc's Inn, 23900 Lyons Avenue. You can always stop by and have a chat or give us a call at 661-287-4200, 287-4200. If you comfortkeepers.com, you can find us that way as well. But yeah, the first chat, obviously we don't charge for any kind of first initial consultation to see if that's a good fit for, someone who thinks they may need it. My nurse care managers, even though we're non-medical, my care managers are nurses because we interface a lot of times with medical resources for our seniors. So, and training our family is just as important as training our caregivers, because our skills lab, educating our adult kids on dementia and Alzheimer's and other things that they may need as a family member to help assist with their aging loved ones.
Great, Miles. Well, we appreciate all the input, everything you've done for the community as well. Your phone number is 287-4200. We appreciate your being on the show and helping our seniors out and aging in place. Thank you so much, Miles.
Thanks Miles. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We are sponsored by Miles McNamara and Comfort Keepers In-Home Care, Advanced Audiology, and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.
702, or go online to Canyon Theater.